Part 3, The Bunchgrass, Edge of the World by Annie Proulx, from where we left off. She craved to know something of the world, but there was only the scanner. Broken thread, stripped, had to take it up, get it welded, you know. That fucker used to do that shit, but he don't hang around here no more. Horns off the steers, I stopped by to see her. Yeah, they told me you left before 3. I was there at 3 to change my clothes. You know you're full of bullshit. It's fucking pouring here, man. I don't know what else. I was like, whoa. Oh my God, that was big lightning. Whoa, I gotta get off the fucking phone. I want to be with you, but I look at reality and I say to myself, this fucking woman wants to fuck everybody. I can't even get it on the couch. Gotta go in the bedroom? Yeah, it's all my fault. Right. It made her sick. It made her jealous to hear those quarrelsome but coupled voices. She went again to the gravel pit. The choking rasp began when she was 20 feet distant. Maurice Stumblebum, just forget him. Wrench your steering wheel, jam the brakes, rev, never change the oil or filter, never check the brake fluid, never got the ballast right, didn't bother to check the front wheel toe in, used to ride the clutch unmerciful, run in heavy mud and never think of the front wheel bearings. There's a ground of dust. Jumped around the front seat till it made me crazy. Don't drum your fingers like that. Take me serious. She looked away to the red wall, something best kept at a distance. It was not a place to go. The distant highway flashed, the reflection from a bottle pitched out of a tourist's car. But that ain't why I killed him. Then why? Over you, said the tractor, over you. I saved you from him. He was gonna get you. I could have saved myself, she said, if I'd have wanted to. At supper, Juanita opened a pink envelope from Shan. What I thought, she said. I knew it. I knew Tyler'd show up. Shan wrote that Tyler had been living with her and her roommate for a month, that he was trying to find a job with the BLM rounding up wild horses. And while he waited to hear, holding down a telephone job as a bill collector, he had bought himself a computer and in the daytime seemed to be studying electronics. The table was covered with bits of wire and tape and springs. When she came home from the gym, they had become vegetarians, except Tyler, who ate shrimp and crab legs, foods he had never tasted until Las Vegas. He could not get enough of them. He had, wrote Shan, spent $65 for a 4-pound box of jumbo shrimp, had cooked and eaten them in solitary gluttony. Ha, not much has changed. He's still a pig, the letter ended. Aladdin put a parsnip on Old Red's plate. Shrimps'll make your pecker curl, said the old man. Sounds like he's building a bomb with them wires. He's not doing no such thing, said Juanita. After supper, Adeline scraped the dishes, began to snivel. Juanita slung her hip against her, put her arm around the soft shoulders. What are you crying about? That weight not coming off? Make up your mind to it. You're one of them meant to be big. My mother was the same. Not that. It seems like somebody's making fun of me. Who? Who's making fun of you? I don't know. Somebody, she pointed at the ceiling. Well, let me tell you, that somebody makes fun of everybody. Somebody got to be laughing at the joke, way I look at it. It's lonesome here. There's no lonesome, you work hard enough. Adeline went upstairs, set the scanner to rove and seek. Please enter your billing number now. I'm sorry, you have either misdialed or dialed a billing number we cannot accept. Please dial again. Why would it do that? Turn it off. Hey, get donuts and don't be squirting around with 12 of them. Get a bunch. Don't be squirting around. Get 2 boxes. If that's fucking all you have to say, then dang. Every day the tractor unloaded fresh complaints, the voice rough and urgent. Lady girl, your daddy is a cuckleburr. Get up and he don't get down. Stay in the seat 16 hours. Aw, come here. I want to show you something. Look to the left of the cowl there. Yeah, down there. What do you see? Patch of rust? Big patch of rust? That's right, a big patch of rust. I won't tell you how that got there. I don't like to tell a girl something bad about her daddy. But on all the years I worked for your daddy, I only had a sweet day, and that was the day I come here straight off the dealer's yard. Fourth hand and abused, and you was 10 years old. Your birthday. You patted me and said, hello, Mr. Tractor. Your daddy put you up in the seat, said you can be the first one to sit there. And your little hand was sticky with frosting, and you wiggled around in that seat, and I thought it was going to be like that every day, and it never happened again. You never touched me again, never come near me. Just that damn bony-assed Maurice couldn't be bothered to use the rock shaft lever. I got him with hydraulic fluid under pressure. He got an infection. And your dirty dad broke my heart until now. But I'll tell you the truth, if your daddy was to get up here today, I would hurt him for what he'd done to my brake system. I will tell you something about the beer and what he'd done with it. What? I'd tell you, but I think it would disgust you. I won't turn a lady girl against her family. I know you'd hold it against me, and I don't want that. Tell you some other time. You tell me now. Don't go around talking blah, blah. I hate that. All right. You asked for it. Stumble bum, never bother to check. Nothing. Finally, the brake fluid's gone. I'm out there with your daddy on the slope. We was hauling a horse trailer. He got his old six-pack with him. Way he drinks, he's an alcoholic. He mashes his foot on the brake, and we just keep ripping. No way he could stop me. Not that I wanted to stop. I didn't care. Slowed only when we come to a rise. He jumped off before the rollback, kicked a rock under my back wheel. What he done, poured warm beer in my master brake cylinder reservoir. Pumped that beer down the brake lines. Yeah, he got enough pressure, but it ruined me. That's why I'm here. You hate me for telling you, don't you? No, I heard worse crimes like killing somebody in a ditch. You gonna pout? Another day she stormed out to the gravel pit. Shut up, she said. Don't you see I'm fat? What I like. Why don't you fix your attentions on another tractor? Leave me alone. Now think about it, lady girl. Tractors don't care nothing about tractors. Tractors and people, that's how it is. Every tractor craves some human person, usually ends up with some big old farmer. Are you like an enchanted thing, a damn story where some girl lets a warty old toad sleep in her shoe, and in the morning the toad's a good-looking dude making omelets? Nah. I could tell you they had a guy work at Deere a few years ago, got fired out of the space program for having picnics with foreigners and drinking vodka, but they couldn't prove nothing. He was cross-wired about it. It was around when they started fooling with computers and digital tapes. Remember them cars that told you to shut the door? Stuff like that. Simple. Computers. He worked me up. 15 languages. I can tell you that. Want to hear me say something in Urdu? Skively. You could tell me that, but I would not believe it, she said. Some lame story. And it seemed to her that the inbuilt affection for humans the tractor harped on was balanced by vindictive malevolence. That's right, I was lying. You got any kind of sense, she said. You know people don't go crazy over tractors. Well, you're wrong. Famous over in Iowa, Mr. Bob Ladderung got himself buried with his tractor. Flat out loved each other. He didn't care who knew it, and I don't mean Iowa farmers. just Iowa farmers. There's fellows can't keep away from us. There's girls fell in love with tractors all over this country. There's girls married tractors. I'm going in, she said, turning away. I'm going in. She looked at the house, her mother's wedding wheat, swaying yellow, old Red's face hanging like a skull in the window. Oh, please, she said, weeping, not a tractor or nothing like it. After supper in her room, she wished for a ray gun to erase the brilliant needles of light from the isolated highway, silence the dull humming like bees in a high May bush. She wanted the crows to lie down and die. Hoped for a tornado, the second coming. Violent men in suits driving a fast car into the yard. There was the scanner. You think he's normal until you start to talk to him. I should have called the police. As mean, as horrible as he is, I'm not going to do that. This is what I'm thinking. I'm going to go after him, even though we haven't been married that long. He's going to pay. He got it. He's making $2,000 a month. Anyway, I got a headache every day in my life over this. But I'm fine, just a little insane. Don't worry. I'm fine. Aladdin lifted a wad of turnip greens from the bowl, lowered it onto Adeline's plate. What are you doing out there in the gravel pit with them tractors? I was looking for you for half an hour. Thinking, she said, or maybe try to fix up that deer, like just mess around with it. That day she had climbed up into the cab, sat on the seat, feeling an awful thrill. I wouldn't spend a dime on that damn thing. It never run good. Hi, Oscar. I'd spend my own money on parts. I don't know, maybe a foolish idea. Thought I might try. We had trouble with that machine from day one. Damn Morris Gargle Guts got done. It wouldn't run no more. We hauled that thing to the shop. He replaced the wiring, cleaned the fuel tank, blew out the gas line, rebuilt the carburetor, then something else went wrong. Every time they fixed it, it'd blow up somewhere else. They gave me a hot iron on that one. I went to raising heck, and the dealer finally admitted it was a lemon. Gave me a real good deal on the case. Now there's a tractor that's held up. You know, that 4030, you will be stripping it down to grit. He ate his meatloaf, he thought. I might give you a hand, though. Haul it in the blue door shed, put a stove out there, run a pipe. He saw himself rising in the black, wintry morning while his family slept, going out to the shed to stoke the fire, take a little smoke, and in the cozy warmth, breaking loose rusty bolts, cleaning mucky fittings, pins, studs, screws, nuts soaking in a tub of kerosene while he waited for daylight and the start of the real day. We'll haul it in there tomorrow. Him, said Adeline. You won't fix it, said Old Red. What you are trying to fix ain't fixable. Okay, she said, walking up to the tractor. We're going to move you into the blue door shed and operate. My dad's going to help, and you better stay 100% quiet or it's all over. You want to know my problems? Brakes, belts shot, block cracked, motor seized, everything rusted hard. Sludge, dirt, lifters need replacing, water pump shot, camshaft bearing shot, seals shot, magneto, alternator fried. When you look inside that clutch housing, you'll see a nightmare. Clutch plate needs to be relined. Got to replace the tie rod ends. The fuel shut-off line is bust. Steering gear assembly wrecked. Front axle bushings, spindle bushings all bananas and gone. You want to talk differential, you'll be listing parts for 15 minutes. The transmission clutch slipped bad before everything went to hell. I don't want your dirty dad to work on me. He already done that, and look at me. Different now. Anyways, it's going to be mostly me. I'm doing this. What gears was that tranny clutch slipping in? You don't know nothing about tractor repair. I don't want you working on me. I want you to take me to the mechanic. He's a tractor man. It's men that fixes tractors, not no woman. You don't got much choice. Tell you one thing, I didn't take home ec. I took mechanics, and I got a B. First and third gear. Okay, seal on the underdrive brake piston, or more likely the discs are bad worn. She had bought a can of penetrating oil with her and began to squirt it on the studs, bolts, and screws to rap on the rusted bolts with a heavy wrench. You make a wrong move, I might hurt you. You know what? I was you, I'd lay back and enjoy it. Something Hal Bloom had said to her. The rain quit in September and the prairie began to yellow out. There were a few heated days. Then the weather cooled and an early storm rolled out of the northwest, slinging a hash of snow before they got the tractor dismantled to the frame, motor, and transmission. "We got to get an engine hoist in here," said Aladdin, coughing. The first night of the storm he had got wasted and slept out in his pickup, window down, the snow carousing over him. He woke shuddering, drove home, and heard they were out of coffee, drank a glass of cold water, told Juanita he could not eat any breakfast. By noon he was feverish and strangling, took to the bed. "That coffin drives me to the water, and I don't swim," said Old Red. "Better off just smother him, be done with it." "There is somebody else at the top of my smothering list," said Juanita. "I knew this was going to happen. Sleep in the truck. Aspirin, poultices, glasses of water, steam tent, hot tea were her remedies, but nothing changed. Aladdin roasted in his own dry heat. "What's tomorrow?" he said, rolling his aching head on the hot pillow. "Friday. Bring me my calendar." With swimming eyes he studied the scrawled notes. Called for Adeline. "She's out feeding. It snowed. Froze hard crust out there. They can't hardly get the grass. Supposed to be a warm-up this weekend. God damn it," he whispered. "When she comes in, send her here." He shivered and retched. The snow rattled down on Adeline in the cab of Aladdin's big case tractor, a huge round bale on the hydraulic lift spear. It could keep snowing until June the way it was coming down, and at noon she drove back to the house, ravenous, hoping for macaroni and cheese. She left the case idling. And we will leave it there.